What is up, guys? My name is Andrew and welcome back to Space Engineers Apocalypse. This is episode number 2, and today we got a couple of things to do. Last episode we built this nice little welder here, and that should help us out a lot, especially since our welder speed is so slow. I'm just looking for that meteor strike over there. So this episode, what I want to do, and this is one thing you guys mentioned a lot in the comments, is that we need to build a turret up top. One that can defend us from anything that's about to hit our base, pretty much. So, I think that's probably going to be our priority, is building that turret. Our second priority is going to be expanding the base enough to fit in a refinery and an assembler. And then our third priority is going to be building a mining ship, because we will need that. I don't know if we're going to get to that one today, because yeah, the mining ship is tough to build, takes a little while, but we'll see. So we're going to start by expanding our base a little bit that way. And we're not going to have a roof quite yet, which kind of sucks. Actually, oops, a little bit of lag there. Let's hop up here and see if we have any damage. We do have some damage, it looks like, from those things. I don't know if I want to repair that or if I want to just let that kind of die, because we will be expanding our base. Okay, so we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on our jetpack fuels. So I wonder if we should actually get the thing, because we have a container, don't we? I don't know where it is, but I remember it's super heavy. And that's why we don't take it. But okay, we're just gonna have to fly around and keep an eye on it. This is where if we were doing this in space, it might actually be a little bit easier, just because we wouldn't have to keep an eye on our hydrogen as much. We'd still have to keep an eye on it, but not nearly as much. Where's our crosshair, by the way? Oh shoot, I was doing cinematic stuff. Hang on, let me bring back the crosshair. It's in game settings, I believe, and then crosshair. Okay, awesome. So what we're going to do here is we're going to actually use this ship that we built last episode to place these in. And these meteor strikes are really scaring me, because I know we're going to have to go out there to actually do this stuff. So how are we going to... Here, let's just put stuff in there. I think we're going to have to put it in by hand since we don't have a connector. It should probably be worthwhile to actually build a connector, because I know we're going to need it at some point. But for now, we'll just stick things in here by hand, and it shouldn't be that bad. Stick everything in there. How many do we need? I don't know. Probably like 1,000 would be a good start for this thing to hold. Keep forgetting which one. It's in this one. Okay. So expanding the base. Actually, I said the first priority was the turret, and here I go not building the turret. Can you believe me? So yeah, let's see what we need to do to build that turret. How about that? First, let me fix up my hydrogen level. Make sure that that's nice and full. Okay. So next go with the turret. So we're looking for a turret. And we're going to go with the Gatling turret. Just a standard kind of Gatling turret. We could go for an interior turret, I guess, but I don't even know if that shoots down meteors. So let's, we'll put it right up top, I guess. Like right here. It's a pretty good spot. And eventually we'll have like 3 or something. Now I know these things can attack me. Well, they can't attack me, but they can hit me if I get in between. So I do want to be careful there. We need construction components, metal grids, large steel tubes, motors, computers. Okay. Can I remember all that? I don't know. Inbound. Construction components is the first thing. So let's grab a couple of those. Then we need some computers, which I know we have some over there. So we're just going to stick everything. Oh, we can't actually stick everything in here. Okay, hang on. Let me turn on this ship so that we can use its cargo container. There we go. Getting a little bit of lag. I don't know how laggy this series is going to be. So far, it hasn't been that laggy, which has been pretty nice, but I don't know if that's going to last. We need computers. We need large steel tubes. Computers and large steel tubes. Definitely a connector should be on our list of things to actually build, shouldn't it? Small cargo container. Yeah, I'll take those. 300 of them is how many I can hold. 300 computers. That's actually not bad for holding capacity. Okay, what else do we need? Small steel tubes, maybe? Yeah, let's take some, I guess. I know we needed metal grids, so we'll come back for some of those as well. But pretty much anything that we put in here is not going to be a bad thing, because we can always come back. Or yeah, no, anything we put in, because we can always use it eventually. So even if we put metal grids in there when we don't actually need them, I'm not too worried. Let's more metal grids, I think. We probably need more large steel tubes, honestly. What's broken here? Something's broken down there. I don't know what it is. Let's go grab some large steel tubes. You're right here. Oh, I can actually search through the inventory. What am I even doing? Okay, here's some large steel tubes. And you know what? I guess we're going to start with that stuff. I think there's probably something else that I'm missing, but it's not really a big deal. Let's head up here. Hope we don't get sniped by a meteor. That would kind of suck. But I don't think there are any meteors falling right now, because I think the last one just fell. Okay. Motors is the only thing that we forgot, which is pretty good. And we only need 8 motors. So I'm actually going to fly down here and get them, because I do like the speed that the welder welds.
Storm inbound.
So we're going to keep the welder up there. I don't want to be too reckless, by the way, with my flying. Should I be looking around for the meteors? There we go. That's done. We need some ammo in that now, but unfortunately we cannot build any ammo unless we have a refinery. Oh, we just nicked the side there a little bit. All right. Oh shoot, jetpack's on. I didn't even know the jetpack was on. I almost ran ourselves into a mountain. All right, so we've got that. We've got one turret up. We just don't have any ammo in it, and I don't think I gave myself any ammo. What do we call NATO? I think. No, I did. I gave us a bunch of these because I know we have dogs, and I don't really want to worry about actually building ammo for us. But I did not give us any of the other stuff. So our refinery is going to be our main priority right now, and I think this is probably a good spot. We do actually have room for it, so we could go ahead and build it. Let's see, actually. Let me grab some steel plates, and we're going to see if we can stick a refinery there. There's a refinery. And let's turn that. Nope, it's not actually. There we go. Let's turn that so that it's facing this way. Like this. And hopefully that doesn't get like immediately sniped by a meteor, because that would kind of suck. But there's the refinery. Okay, so let's hop in this thing again. And well, that's another thing. We are going to definitely need that connector at some point, because we don't have any source of power for this. Just keeping an eye out for asteroids here. Not that I'd actually be able to see them with enough time to do anything, but whatever. Alright, what do you need? More steel plates. A lot of them, actually. Large steel tubes. Only 5. Yeah, so steel plates and only 5 large steel tubes is what we need. So that's pretty good.
Meteor storm inbound.
Let's keep this here. Again, and I'm also keeping the these things right here set to click so that I don't accidentally kill myself. That would be a very fast way for me to end the series, wouldn't it? Just like walk in front of it and then die. Alright, there we go. That's everything. Let's hop back into our ship and we'll weld it up with this. Just because it's so much faster to weld with this thing. This would take forever for me to weld on my own. And there we go. We now have a working refinery. Let's get around to getting that assembler done now. Do I still have any stuff in my inventory? Yes, I do. I have 21. Awesome. So we're going to stick an assembler right. Maybe we'll stick it face up. I don't know. Or maybe we'll stick one right. No, yeah, we'll face it right here. So assembler. And this will let us build ammunition so that we can defend ourselves from the meteors. Let's turn this around a couple. There we go. And yeah, that's looking pretty solid. All right. And I don't know if we have all the materials for it, but we should have give us a couple of the things. Looks like we need lots of construction components, displays, and steel plates, and motors. So construction components are easy. We'll just grab those right there. Computers. Wait, did I do the... Yeah, okay. Displays and motors. I don't know where we have those. I know we have motors somewhere, like a bunch of them. Yeah, there's the motors. Did we need 41? Nope, we only need 8. We need displays now, which, once again, I'm not quite sure where those are. Okay, they are. We only needed 5, but grab all of them. Finally, we need a couple of steel plates, which I know we have right here. And a couple more. There we go. Let this thing build it. Just because it's faster. Oh my god, look how long it takes. Even with the ship. Wait, is the welding speed slower with the ship as well? When I change these settings? Let's actually see if it's... Okay, it's much faster with the ship. Even though it's still slow, it's much faster with the ship. So, definitely use the ship from here on out for anything that we need to weld. There we go. We got the assembler. And the refinery. And we've got a gun. Do we have any magnesium? I don't think we have any magnesium. That's the thing. We could mine down a couple of these since I did give us quite a few of these. Let's go with as many as we can hold, I guess. We can hold all 1,000. Okay, so we're gonna mine down a couple of these. Dogs don't seem to be attacking us, so we shouldn't need them very much. I'm gonna put like 200 in here, and we'll go into production, disassembling, and then we'll disassemble all of that stuff. It's gonna take forever, right? Because we're gonna definitely need modules on this thing to make it even worthwhile. But for now, that'll give us a small amount of magnesium, which is definitely gonna be pretty good. Where's the meteors? There they are. Should we build our connector? If we build a connector, we should probably build it like out here somewhere or something, because we don't have these things all conveyored, so we don't have a conveyor system quite set up yet. But yeah, okay, I think this is gonna be fine. Should we could also build a roof. That might be a good idea as well. Extend our roof a little bit so that we don't immediately die. Let's go and grab some steel plates and we'll do that. So extend our roof. Actually, I kind of want to make it higher as well. Let me show you what I mean. If we go up a little bit like this, and then we build out from this way, then we have more room for a ship, which is kind of what I want to like, or kind of what I like. So we'll have like kind of a big hangar, is what I'm thinking. Keep an eye on our jetpack, because if we go all the way down at this height, we will probably die, and I don't want to do that. Any meteors? I know there was a meteor strike just announced. And I don't want to be on the receiving end of a meteor. That would be bad. Alright, there we go. How are you doing? You've disassembled 8. Okay, can we go ahead and go to production then? Go to assembling and then go and assemble me one of these. We'll set up a couple of these to assemble. I don't know if it's actually going to be able to assemble them because it requires iron, nickel, and magnesium. And so far, this is assembled iron, nickel, and magnesium. I guess it's just going to take forever. We need 600 iron. We have, or we're going to get 130 something. We need 75 nickel. We're going to get 38, and we need 45 magnesium. We're going to get 28. Okay, so that's going to take forever, pretty much. I guess we'll fix that up. You know what? Connector. We really need that connector because it's going to be a pain in the butt transferring everything. So I think, how are we going to do this? The first thing I want to do is I kind of want to route this all the way to our container system over here. And then I want to put like a connector kind of out here. I think that'll be a better idea because I don't really want to have the ship moving around inside this main base segment right here because I think the ship would crash. Put bluntly, the ship would get itself killed. All right, so and it's running out of power as well, so we need to actually hurry up. You need to turn. Oh, you have 20 minutes though. That's not that bad. But for now, we'll turn you off. How about that? Connector, conveyor. That's what we want. Let's put this back. We're gonna grab some interior plates, of which I think we have plenty. Actually, let's put back our ammo as well, since we don't really need it. Interior plates. We're gonna grab some conveyors as well. And we're going to route this kind of up and around this way. Oops, that's not what I want to do. And turn. I guess I have to fly for this. Turn. There we go. Go straight. And we're just going to bring it right into here. So turn. There we go. And let's, well, I guess we'll just finish this last segment up. Oops, that's the wrong thing. That's the refinery. Don't want to place that. Okay. So we're going to need a bunch of interior plates, first of all. Then we're going to need motors, small steel tubes, construction components. We need more interior plates. Okay. We're going to get interior plates sorted first. Then we'll get construction components because we can carry like infinity of those. So here's the construction components. Even though each one requires 20, so I don't know if we've carried enough. No, we have. Okay, small steel tubes is next. We have only 20 in here, but I think we have more like over here somewhere. 2. Okay, perfect. I know we have more somewhere. There we go. Some of those. And then we need motors, of which we have 6. Where are those meteors coming, by the way? I hear them crashing near us. What do we need? Motors? Yeah. I think those are in this one, maybe? Yeah. There we go. Actually, we'll just repair them all. Okay, here's the first one. Here's the second one. We need more. We forgot to get these small steel tubes, didn't we? Oh, I'm just a welding conveyor tubes. Welding, welding, welding the conveyor. Look at Mars. It looks so beautiful here. And the alien planet. Wow, we have a really good view. You can see Mars' moon. And some asteroids coming in from the sky. Look at that picturesque moment right there. Shoo. Alright, we need one more motor here and then a couple of small steel tubes for the other one. So motor, small steel tubes. I can grab these. We need like 10 small steel tubes and we're good. We need one motor. And then we need the small steel tubes, which are here, question mark? Yes. Awesome. So we'll go the motor first. And then we'll get these. And you know, it might actually be worth it for me to go out on a mining expedition. The reason I say that right now is because, first of all, we need a lot of iron. Obviously, we're going to need that. And then the second thing is it'd be really good for me to upgrade my tools to the next level. Because it's really slow to actually mine this stuff. So I imagine tier 3 tools are going to be amazing. And since we have so many meteors, we can actually go and mine some stuff for like platinum and stuff so we can make our tools better. So I think that might be what we end up doing once we have a couple of stuff established. So right now, for instance, I would definitely like to get this base set up with a connector so we can get our ship sort of made, I guess. Let's actually stick... what do you have in here? You have nothing? Okay, let's actually stick a bunch of steel plates in there. Just so that we can... I want to weld the ground stuff that it's going to be using.
Meteor
So
storm
take that.
inbound.
There we go. Take that and rewind it back. Sure, got the beat to make a booty go. Is that gonna get me demonetized because I said booty? I don't think so. We'll see. Those are coming in at a bad angle. That's a really... Oh, shoot! That's a really bad angle. I kind of want to hide, but I also kind of want to see what's going on. Yeah, that could have really easily hit my this thing right here that we just built, which would really suck because that thing requires a lot of materials. So yeah, let's wait for that to be over, and then we'll go out and we'll weld some stuff. A little welding operation. We can't fit anything else. Okay. Hop in here. Turn this on. We're just gonna kind of go along the bottom right here and weld some of these. You know, I don't know why that second one's not welding. It'd be really worthwhile if it were to do that, simply because I don't... It just takes a long time to weld things, so... And we're keeping an eye out for meteors because we do not want a meteor strike to come and smite us from this planet. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Honestly, I should be worried more about the roof than the ground, shouldn't I? I think that might be yeah. Let's also worry about the roof. Do we have enough power to be up here? Is the question. I want to get this side finished, but I don't know if we can do that. It looks black and white up here, doesn't it? We can at least get a couple of these done. We have a meteor strike inbound. Unfortunately, these are going to be light blocks as well, so one meteor and they're gone. Even those heavy blocks couldn't withstand the meteors, so yeah. It's going to be fun. But at least we got some of those ground blocks done so we can now stick like conveyors and stuff there. Not that it actually needed to be done, but it's kind of a niceness thing. Where's that hitting? Oh, that's hitting close. Oh, that's hitting real close. Kind of scared. Okay. It's like all around us. I'm gonna grab some interior plates so that we can build the connector that we want here. Just make for certain that there's no meteors that are gonna come down upon me. Hit number 8. We're gonna go up first with a... Actually, we'll go with this. We'll go with the conveyor piece. Part of me wants to actually... Part of me wants to do this. Put this right there. Break this one. Put one of these. And then go up and over. Or maybe just over even. Like that. And then stick the conveyor right... Or the connector rather right there. So press number 9. We'll grab the connector. I like sticking them sideways. We need steel plates. Okay. Well, we have some of those in here, so I'm not too worried about this. All right, some steel plates right there. And ship, can you help out here? You might have all the required materials to build this. You had some stuff. but alas, not all of it. Okay. You may now cower back in the hole from whence you came. Where are those meteors coming from? Right above us. It doesn't look like there are any that are going to hit us. They're all going to go right above us and hit that mountain that's right next to us. But it is still pretty scary meteor location, I think. Interior plates. Can I not grab that? Do we not have enough for this? Oh, we do. Awesome. Okay, we're going to need construction components, motors, and other stuff. We'll start with the construction components. Did I give us... I probably didn't give us enough construction components, honestly. But that's totally fine. I definitely gave us enough to actually start, which means we're going to have to start mining pretty soon to stay alive. Which is what I intended with the starting system that I gave. If we ever do this again, I might not give us nearly as many things. That's actually one thing that I wanted to talk about as well. If we die, I'll probably talk about this when we actually do die. But would you guys want this to be another thing that happens, like another series that goes on? Because honestly, I think this series is going to last probably 5 episodes, maybe, if I'm lucky, because I'm not very good at surviving. But we'll see. Eventually, I'm just going to accidentally, like, crash into something or forget that I'm running low on hydrogen and then die. Or maybe I'll be going too fast since we have the unlimited speed mod and I won't be able to stop in time for something. We will certainly see at some point. Let's grab some small steel tubes. Meteors. I would really like, when I die, finally, I would really like it to be at the hand of a meteor. Because I feel like that's the whole premise of this series, is that meteors are bad. Okay, so that's done. We need steel plates for you, and we need nothing for you. Okay, we'll grab the steel plates then, and then we will fix those up. That should be enough for this, right? Yeah, okay. So you fix this up, please, because I'm lazy, and you're just much faster. There we go. Good job. I can fix up multiple things at the same time, which is pretty awesome. And, well, I guess we have a green light there. Oops. Let's, first of all, let's see where that meteor strike is. I don't see it anywhere. Maybe in third person we can see it. Boop. Is that cheating? Woohoo! It looks like it's above us. How scary is that? Oh my god. Oh, that hit right next to us. Watch us get sniped while I'm watching from here. Did that one actually hit us? No, it hit right there. See, on the right side of the screen. It may have deformed some stuff around us. Okay, so we only have 17 minutes of flight left. Let's turn around with the ship, and we're going to go into here. Beep, beep.
Meteor storm inbound.
There we go. Connect and done. Awesome. Meteor storm inbound. Please don't hit my ship, because my ship is friendly and nice and stuff. It's not really protected at this current location, but hopefully we will extend this a little bit, and then it will be more protected. Those are coming down, and I really don't want them to hit you. But if they do, they do, which would be kind of sad. But yeah, it's life. All right, it looks like we actually have enough materials to make at least 1 ammo. I don't know how many we can make, but hopefully 1 or 2 would be pretty good. There, let's go back to this assembly, I guess. It takes forever, like, seriously. Oh, we have an unknown signal over there. That might actually be worth it. Do we go for the unknown signal? Take our gun out. Let's do it, yeah. We have to. Part of me wants to take our one thing. I guess we'll take the hydrogen bottle, even though it takes up half of our inventory space. We're gonna go. We could die on this expedition. That is the scary part. Any expedition we go outside of this base, we could die. We could die inside the base, but it's less likely. Let's do it. You know why? The reason I say we're going to go for this unknown signal is because the unknown signals have... Sometimes they have materials for you. Not only materials, but also like welders. Like better welders and stuff. Oh, we're going 300. We got to be real careful here. I'm not too worried. As long as we can see where we are. Ooh, we got meteors already hitting this location. We're just going to come down at a nice speed here. Looks like this is glitching into the ground, which is also very scary because it could at any point decide... Oh, hey, we got a cool helmet thing. Awesome. Uranium, okay. Is there any cargo container in here? That's really what I'm looking for. Yeah, there was, but it didn't give us anything awesome. Which kind of sucks, but we can't grab that yet. We'll go ahead and weld this down. Once we weld that down, the uranium should pop out, which is kind of what I want. Well,
Inventory full.
the corner light as well. Yeah, we don't really have very much inventory space for this, so I think we might actually have to bring the welder out every time we want to grab something. Oh, we didn't mark home sweet home. Let's not get lost. That would kind of suck. How many impacts have been made as well? Are those all impacts from meteors? Yo, what if we, like, legit got sniped? Like, flying home. One of these actually hit us. That's a scary thought. There's our base. Base, sweet base. And it was definitely a good idea to bring out that hydrogen pack. I'll throw that back in here, I guess. There you go, hydrogen pack. And we can also throw back all of these materials that we got. All these lovely materials. Actually, let me throw back 2 of these as well. We're only going to carry 1 round of ammunition because I think that might be... And in fact, here's what... We're also going to not carry our drill with us. While we're out, we're not going to carry our drill. Actually, no, we'll carry our gun just in case, because that's one easy way to die as well. One of these AFK wolves decides not to be AFK anymore, and then it murders us, so we don't want that to happen either. Okay, so we have 1 ammo. Let's fly up here and try and configure our gun to shoot down stuff. Let's make sure there's no meteors about to hit us when we go into here. So I'm going to throw... First, let's turn you off. Just because I know you're going to instantly start lighting stuff up. And we only want you shooting stuff that sound like a trajectory towards us. Which I really hope we could actually set. Or I really wish we could set. So, like, if it was going to hit us, then fire at it. But I don't think we can do that. So what we're going to turn it on. Nope. Stop. We're going to say radius is going to be like 200 meters. So if it's going to hit us, if it's real close to us, then shoot. What are you shooting at, buddy? Okay. If it's really close to us, then shoot at it. I don't know how much ammo you have. I don't know if you're out of ammo either. So like these things don't shoot it, but maybe some of those. Actually, that one you should probably shoot at. No, you don't want to. There you go. Okay. If that were coming towards us, I don't think we would have had enough time to actually shoot it down. So maybe I need to expand this and just give it a lot more ammo. Okay. Yeah, that works. Yeah, do that. Actually, I kind of want you to. Here, let's change you up a little bit. Let's make you a little bit smaller, even, just so that you're not shooting at things that you don't need to be. 159, I guess, is fine. So pretty much right when it's on us, start lighting it up. And it only takes like 1 or 2 shots for you to actually kill it. You just have to be on target. Like, see that one right there. Where did that land? That landed right there. See, that wasn't gonna hit us. This one might hit us. So let's see if he shoots it.
Meteor storm inbound.
He tried, I guess, but that didn't work very well. Okay, so our Gatling turret, we're gonna need to give it more ammo. For now, we're gonna keep it on those settings. But we are going to need to give it more ammo, and once we do, we could actually use it pretty well. Okay, next thing that we want to do is we want to make a mining ship. Actually, I want to make a mining ship, but I also kind of want to expand this a little bit. So we might spend the rest of the episode expanding this instead of making a mining ship, which I didn't really want to do because I did want to get the mining ship done this episode. But it might just be a really good idea to do that, to do it this way.
Meteor storm inbound.
Make sure there's no meteors above us, first of all. Okay, we're looking pretty clear for the time being. We'll go out 2. And we're going to have to come in with that welding ship again. Meteors are coming from that direction, okay. Any coming from any other directions? Nope, doesn't look like it. Let's still expand just a little bit more. We're going for that kind of hangar look.
Meteor storm inbound.
Okay, we're at 46% hydrogen. It's shooting, which means one's close. That's actually an early warning sign as well. I don't even know what... Oh, it's probably shooting at dogs. Oh, those might hit us. If those don't hit the mountain. Oh, no, it might be good. That was a good hit, because that could have definitely hit us. We're actually running out of hydrogen. Wow. I'm so glad I saw that right before problems happened.
storm inbound.
Are we out of... Yeah, we're out of uranium at this point, so that's another thing we have to worry about getting, is going to be that uranium. Dang, we've got a lot of stuff we need to do. We kind of really need that miner ship, which, yeah, that's going to be interesting. Let's build like kind of a little wall right here. Just right there. I'm going to do the same thing right here. Just so that it kind of looks structurally sound. We don't really care about structural soundness, but I mean, this way it just kind of looks better, I guess. We should be protected from the roof actually while building this, unless they come in at like a weird angle, but I don't see any behind us. So, whoa! Every time it shoots, I get scared. Probably rightfully so.
Meteor storm
I wish there were like.
inbound.
Do you guys think I could build a sensor or something that would sense when there's a meteor close and then give me like an early warning sign? Like hook it up to a sound block or something and go like beep 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 or something like that? I think that'd be pretty cool. We're gonna grab a couple of these. And I don't really want to weld them by hand because it's gonna take so long, but like, I mean, well, we have the welder ship. Why not just weld it by welder ship? We'll hop into this. Press
Meteor
press
storm
I.
inbound.
And then we're going to look at our inventory here. We're looking for the medium cargo container 2, and then we're going to look for steel plate. Are we almost out of steel plates? I think we might very well be. Unless the base is out of power, which also could be the case. This is the one that had our steel plates. It does no longer have any steel plates. I think we might be out of steel plates. Yeah, I think we might be out of steel
Meteor
plates.
storm inbound.
Alright, since we really need that mining ship, I think it's probably about time to go ahead and make that. Oh shoot, that was real close. I think that came from those meteors. Meteors are really ramping up at this point, but I think it's probably about time to build that mining ship because we're going to need it really soon. Unless we can somehow... Because we need uranium right now. Our base is out of uranium. We could go back to that little crash thing, I guess, in order to try and find some. That might be a good idea. Just because it might have like 0.3 uranium in it. But it might have despawned as well. So I think we're going to do it though.
Meteor storm inbound.
Just because that uranium is going to be incredibly useful. Also, we can get away from our base, and I think meteors stop spawn. Okay, we actually took a hit there. Luckily, that actually confirmed one of my questions. These things will stop a meteor, which is very good. We'll fix that a little bit later. Unfortunately, they'll take out like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things, but it will stop a meteor. So that's a good thing to know. All right, let's fly over to our thing that we had crash landed over here. We don't have a GPS location on our base because I do want to try and work without GPS locations in this playthrough. I want to kind of memorize everything. Just goes with kind of making it a hard playthrough. Goes with the apocalypse name, I guess. Let's see if we can remember where that was. Is that it? There's a little black speck. No, that's not it. I think it might have despawned. I don't exactly remember where it was, but I do remember it was over here somewhere. But unfortunately, I do not actually know where it was. Whatever. I guess we're not gonna be able to find it because its beacon is now turned off. So yeah, if I want to set a location for my base, I do want to use the beacons instead of using the GPS coordinates because I feel like that's a bit more realistic to be using beacons instead. I should have brought my drill, honestly, because we had some material back there that I could have identified, and we have some right there as well. Let's actually go on a quick drilling expedition. Just to see if we can identify some materials. We'll take the thing.
Meteor storm
I'm
inbound.
keeping an eye on this stuff, so sorry if the commentary is a little weird. We'll take the hydrogen fuel thing, and we'll see if we can find some stuff. Let's actually refill it first, though. We might need some ice, so we might go on the expedition, grab some stuff, and then come back and come back with some ice instead of any other stuff. Although if we find uranium, we're definitely going to come back with that. That'll be huge.
Meteor storm inbound.
All right. There we go. Make sure we're full up. And that sounds like that's really close. A little bit of lag here. Yeah, that is really close. Okay. Let's grab our drill. It's over here. Hello, drill. And let's go on our expedition. So I kind of want to go the same exact place that we just were, but we could go here as well, because this will be a nice little area to mine, because we can clearly see whatever's near us. So let's grab this. We got some nickel, cobalt, and ice over here. That's it. No uranium, unfortunately, but that's very good to know. And like I said, we're not going to be using any coordinates. We're just going to have to remember that it's here. So this is it's got to be difficult for us. So nickel, cobalt, and ice. Well, we know ice here. So nickel and cobalt right there. Let's go to the ones that we saw earlier. Actually, is this still nickel and cobalt? We have some iron right here. That's really good to know. So we have nickel, iron, and cobalt kind of on this ice patch, which is huge. We could have some uranium somewhere, but uranium's typically low, so I don't think we're actually going to see it just by hovering around. Okay, we got a far patch on the ice as well, so we'll check out this far patch real quick. Got an unknown signal. We're actually going to go for that if that lands properly. We got nickel as well over here. Silicon. So silicon is far. Whoa, whoa, what did I just see there? I saw something that started with an A. I don't think there's a material that starts with an A. Was my eyes deceiving me? I thought I saw something weird. Okay, that did land properly, so we're definitely going to go for that. So we got the silicon, magnesium over here. So silicon, magnesium far, iron, nickel, cobalt close. But we don't seem to have any uranium quite yet, which is probably the one thing that we really need right now. That's fine. If I hovered over anything, especially that thing that I thought was something that started with an A, even though there's no material that starts with an A, you guys might be able to rewind and see. It was for like a split second, but I saw it on the left, the bottom left of the screen, and I was like, what is that? But let's go for this unknown signal. Make sure we come in a bit slowly. Hey, unknown signal, how are you doing? Pretty good? Good. Okay. We're going to grab you, see if we get a special item. Looks like we get a leopard grinder. I have like 10 of those. Alright, so we're going to want this right here, this stuff. Got some goodies in there. We're also going to want the... We're going to want to find the, not the parachute hatch necessarily, but we want... Oh, okay. Note to self, be careful. Oh, I heard that first hit and I was like, oh no. Do you have a thing? What's it called? Does not look like you have a what's it called. I'm really scared because it looks like this is half in the ground, and typically things that are half in the ground will like to do stuff like throw you and stuff, which I don't want to do. I don't want to go flying.
Meteor storm
Okay, whatever.
inbound.
We're just gonna leave that there because it doesn't look like it has a reactor, which is what we want. What do we have here? There's material. Silicon right here. There could be uranium under the silicon, I guess. We might actually find some uranium in some of these holes. Looks like that's magnesium. This is ice. Let's go over here, see what's over here. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Did you hear that? There's a dog somewhere around us. We got magnesium over here. That's good to know. Magnesium, nickel, silicon. Alright, that's pretty far. Pretty far from our base. Yeah, there's a dog somewhere over there, and I don't really know what its intentions are. That might be to eat us. What do you have here? Oh, uranium ore. That's actually exactly what we want. So let's fly up a little bit so that we don't get attacked by dogs or anything. And we're going to throw this stuff because we don't want this. We have some of it back at home. So we're going to throw that stuff, and then we're going to come back and grab some more uranium. Even though we don't have any actual uranium at our base, so we can't really run our equipment, I think we'll be fine. Wow, that was actually headed right for me, I think. Let's check this out, actually, while we're here. Check this out. It could be uranium. We got iron. Just iron, it looks like. Alright, we have just an iron vein. So it looks like we have plenty of iron around us, so we're not really in jeopardy for any iron. The easiest iron is, of course, going to be the one that's on the ice. So that's probably going to be the one that we frequent most. Hello, home sweet home. That's over here, not over there.
Meteor storm inbound.
All right, welcome back home. We're gonna stick this inside our refinery. So uranium, we need to actually go to connected inventories real quick. Refinery, where are you? I don't know where it is. There it is. Refinery, and you're gonna make us some uranium, and that should give us enough power. Hopefully we have enough power to actually power that process, and once we do, we should have at least a little bit of uranium.
Inbound.
Even though it might take literally forever to make that uranium, since uranium takes a long time in general. Oh, we already have 0.3, so let's grab that and stick that inside here, so we have at least a little bit of power going. And I think what's going to happen is probably all this is going to be used up just to bring the power to the ship. And that's probably why we ran into this problem in the first place, because all the power is being used on the ship. But it should be fine. As long as the ship can then provide power for that thing, it'll be good. Since the ship's essentially acting as a mobile battery at this point, which is totally fine. All right, that was definitely a good mining expedition. We have our work cut out for us, definitely, in the future. We know exactly what we need to do. We need to grab some iron. It's going to be our next step. Actually, our next step is going to be actually making a mining ship, because that's the next thing that we need. Essentially, especially since we found all those materials, which I'm totally going to forget about by next episode. But we now know where iron is. We know iron, nickel, cobalt is close. Magnesium, silicon is far. And then there was something else that was far as well. I forget what it was. But we do know where some materials are, so that's definitely good. Let's fix this real quick, and then we'll end up the episode. I am especially glad that these will protect me from meteors. At least one hit. So I could essentially surround myself in this stuff, and I will be good for one hit of meteor strike. Let's put another thing right here. Just another kind of column. I like this idea of columns. I don't really want to completely enclose myself. But I do like the idea of columns. Not really very many here, just because the ships are going to want to come in and out. But I like the idea of having a couple of them. It also looks a bit more realistic. But alright, if you guys like this episode, hit the like button. Put your comments and your suggestions down below. What do you think we should do next, aside from just building a mining ship and trying to mine some materials? I'm so glad we made it to episode 3, which is going to be super awesome. I thought we were going to die on episode 1, to be honest, when I first started recording. But if you guys aren't subscribed already, there's a subscribe button down below to the bottom right of the video. It's free and everything. If you guys have Discord and you want to join our Discord server, there's a link to that in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of Space Engineers Apocalypse.